stitch channel, Stitching a Little. In today's video, we want to show you all of these new cross stitch project bags that we are going to be adding to our store. You're going to be seeing a new model or a new design, and you're going to be seeing a design that is kind of updated to a previous design that we had on our store. So if you're interested in watching all of our new project bags for cross stitch, then feel free to keep on watching the video. Subscribe to our channel if you like content of cross stitch, Flosstube, and without further ado, let's get started with the video. Okay, so I'm going to start off showing you what would be the model of Stella. And Stella, you've seen her before on the channel. Now, as you can see, this one, we decided to do it in a Beauty and the Beast fabric print. This would be the theme for this project bag. And this is actually an order, a personalized order from one of our subscribers. She wanted one of these Stellas in a Beauty and the Beast style fabric. So this one is for her, but we wanted to show you the bag itself before we sent it out. So as you can see, it has 3 snaps in the color pink, and it has a sparkling pink binding that we think goes very well with the main fabric print itself. So we're going to be opening the 3 snaps, and as you can see, you're going to be reaching what would be the first department of Stella. Now, in this first department, what you're going to have is the first thing, as you can see, is a pocket for what would be the scissor. You'll just be opening with the snap, and here inside you can just fit in any embroidery scissor that you use. And this is actually one of the biggest ones that we have here at home, because if you can tell, this one is in a more normal sized needlework scissor. So as you can see, they are 2 different sizes. This one is smaller and the other one is a bigger sized embroidery scissor, but they both fit in very well in what would be the pocket. This would be the big size one, and it fits in very well inside. You can also fit in the smaller one, them both, and the only thing that you'll be doing is closing with the snap, and everything will be, as you can see, very well secured inside. So this is the scissor pocket. Now, as you can see, here would be a zipper to open what would be this pocket. That is very useful. We designed it specifically to store in what would be the floss organizers. Now, these are Rioli's floss organizers that come in this form, and we'll be using these as examples for each of the project bags that we'll be showing in this video. Something that we wanted to show you also, that we wanted to point out, is that these zippers are YKK number 5 zippers, which are very high quality zippers. In regards to what would be the zippers, you won't have any problems at all. The security is there with our bags, and that's something that you'll notice as soon as you purchase one of our project bags. Okay, so we're going to be inserting what would be the floss organizers, just like that, and you can see that you still have a lot of space to store in any other accessories that you'd like. Again, you can use this, for example, to store in some pencils, some pens that you might need. Here I have a piece of paper, for example, that I can use to store in. Now here, as you can see, I have a project folded. This would be the project that I'm working on. This is the fabric, and I'm just folding it like so. I can also store it inside. As you can see, everything fits in very well. You just close the zipper and everything fits very well inside. Now, these bags of Stella, we're only making them currently with personalized orders. So maybe for next month we'll have more, but for now we're only doing custom orders for Stella. Okay, now when you go to the other side, you can see that you're going to be starting off with what would be the bobbin section. Each page stores in 28 bobbins, what would be a total of 112 bobbins, because you'll have 4 pages, as you can see. You have 4 pages to store in as many bobbins as you'd like. So here in our little DMC storage box, we have some bobbins that we're going to be using as reference. So as you can see, these are normal bobbins in a standard bobbin size, and they fit in very well, as you can see, inside of the project bag. Each bobbin will have a very comfortable space to fit inside each of the slots, but although they have a very good space, they do have the right amount of tightness, so that, for example, if you're manipulating very much, as you can see, the bobbins won't slide out, they won't fall out of the slots. You won't have any problems with storing in your bobbins, worrying if they'll fall out of the slots, because although they are going to be very comfortable, at the same time they're going to have the right amount of tightness so that they don't fall out of each of the slots. So as you can see, here you have 2 more pages, and then here you'll have the other page. Now here is another section that is very useful for your project. Reason being, because for example, this would be a Rioli's pattern, normal standard size paper for what would be a printer paper, and I'll be just inserting it inside like so. And you can see that you have a lot of space, and we make this like so that you can have the right amount of grip to be able to take it out of this section. And as you can see here on the top, you can have this clear vinyl section where you'll be able to see what you have inside. Let's say that you're highlighting your pattern, you'll be able to see your progress. So it's very useful. And then here on the bottom, you're going to have, as you can see, another section where you can open with the zipper, and it's basically a pocket for you to store in many more cross-stitch accessories that you might need. Let's say some pencils, for example, you'll be able to store them in very well, as you can see. And you'll still have a lot of space to store in many more accessories. Let's say you want to store in some flosses, some bobbins. You can use all of these departments to your liking. So now you just close with a zipper and everything will be very well secured. And this would be all for what would be the project folder booklet Stella. This is one of our favorites that we have on our store. But once again, this one of the Beauty and the Beast was a custom order. Now to close, you just do like so, and you'll be just connecting the 3 snaps. And this would be all for the booklet Stella. Okay, now moving on, we're going to be showing you more project bags. We're going to start off with the Lucy project bags. Lucy has been a design that you all have enjoyed very much, and we're very glad that that has been the case. So for Lucy, we have a total of 4 bags, and they are the same design. The only difference that you're going to be seeing is in the fabric print. What would be the theme of the fabrics is the only thing that's going to be changing. So we're going to start off with this one, which would be the red floral theme Lucy. It has different flowers in red colors, some ivory colors, some yellows, and if you look very closely to what would be the fabric print, you can notice that it has some musical notes. So if you're a fan of music, then this would be a very good project bag for you as well. And now once we open the 3 snaps, you're going to see that you have what would be the main section for you to store in your big cross-stitch accessories. And we're going to be explaining that in a few seconds. So as combination fabric, we chose this yellow one, which we think is absolutely gorgeous. For the design, we think that it suits the main print very well. As you can tell, it's a beautiful marbled yellow color that we think goes very well with the main design of the fabric. Now inside here, For example, I can store in my pattern, my chart. Once again, this is a normal standard size printer paper. And as you can see, it fits in very well. I still have a lot of space left over to fit in many more goodies. Something that we wanted to mention is that Lucy is specifically made to store in your project, but in this form where you have already taken the hoop or the Q-snap, you've removed it from the project itself. So you just have to fold your project however you like, and you can fit it inside the project bag, as you can see. But if you don't want to do that, or if you like storing what would be your project inside in the hoop, this for example is a 9-inch size hoop. This hoop measures 9 inches all around. It's one of the sizes that we most use for our projects. And as you can see, this one fits in very well inside. You just connect the 3 snaps and everything is well secured. So you do have that option also. Lucy, you can store in your project like this with a, if you use a hoop similar to this size, you can do that. But if not, there's no problem at all. If you're stitching, let's say a heaven and earth or a big size project, all you have to do is just remove whatever frame you're using to stitch it, and you just fold the fabric and it will obviously fit in very well inside. Now here, you're still going to have a lot of space to store in many more cross stitch accessories or goodies, anything that you need for your project. But the good thing about Lucy that we like very much about this design is that in the back, you're going to have an extra pocket. So as you can see, this would be the pocket itself. This is a decorative binding that we use. We use it as decoration and we think that it suits the bag very well. But now for the pocket itself, as you can see, this would be the pocket. And this would feature a red colored zipper that goes very well with the design. You'll just be opening the zipper like so. And here inside, you'll be able to store in many cross-stitch goodies. Let's say, for example, we'll be using as a reference the same Rioli's floss organizers that we used at the beginning of the video. You'll just store them inside this pocket. And as you can see, you'll still have a lot of space left over. You can also store in the project itself like this, and you'll still have a lot of space. Let's say you want to store in your scissor with a scissor protector, because the tip can damage anything that gets in contact with it. So I do suggest using a scissor protector whenever you're storing in your scissors. And you can store in your scissor like so. You'll be able to store in pens, whatever accessories you need. You just close the zipper, and as you can see, everything is well protected inside the Lucy bag. So once again, this is just for reference, but you can use all of these departments to your liking. Now I'm going to be showing you the rest of the Lucy designs, the Lucy bags. The only difference would be the fabric print itself, but everything else is the same. It's the same design, the same bag. Next, we have this one, which is in a vintage kind of plates floral theme. You'll be seeing some clips here on the screen, but it's very beautiful. It's a very elegant and very unique design. You can see that the main design would be the flowers. It has the plates in a vintage style. We used what would be these beige squares as the binding, and for the snaps we used gold colored snaps. We think that they suit very well the design. And then for the back is the same thing. So you can see you have the same pocket, the same decorative binding, and then for the zipper, in this case, would be in a khaki colored zipper. Once again, it is in YKK number 5, But do keep in mind that all of our zippers are YKK number 5, which are very good quality zippers. Okay, next we have this one, which would be in a coffee theme. And you can see that it has a lot of phrases that have to do with coffee. Here you can see it a little bit closer. It has different types of coffee. It has a lot of detail, this fabric print itself. And then if you can tell, what would be the background of this design is kind of like in an ivory color. And then for combination fabric, we used a coffee background color with white dots. And for the zipper, as you can see, it's the same khaki zipper in that color. And we think that it suits it very well. It's a beautiful design of fabric. And then for the snaps, we used silver colored snaps. And then lastly, we have this one, which is a very curious theme. If you can tell, it's basically recycled, what would be some milk jars, and it says fresh milk for 50 cents. And it has some flowers, some cotton balls. We think that it's a very unique design of what would be the fabric theme. And as you can see in the back, it has the same khaki zipper, same as for the coffee. So these would be all the Lucy bags, and we hope that you like these new different colored or different fabric prints that we added this month to our store. Keep in mind that if you go to our Etsy shop and you don't see these bags in stock, it's because most likely they're sold out. So do keep that in mind. And if you have any questions about a bag that it might be sold out once you look for it, feel free to let us know and we'll let you know if we can make any more. We'll always be available to answer any of your questions or any of the doubts that you might have. Now let's move on to the next project bag. Okay, so the next project bags would be Adela. In this case, for this month, we decided to use this beautiful fabric print that you saw before on one of the Lucy's. It's the same vintage plate style fabric print. It has some florals and we absolutely love the design. Now the thing about Adela is that it does come in a set. So as you can see, it's the main project bag that is a very big size. This project bag fits inside a 11 by 11 Q-snap, a 10-inch hoop. You can even fit inside 2 kits if you'd like. And then it also features a little booklet for you to store in some bobbins. This booklet fits in a total of 24 bobbins. But something that we wanted to let you know also is that, as you can see, it does have this accessory. And what this is for is to be able to store in any extra bobbins that you might need. So for example, here I have 3 bobbins. These are standard size bobbins, as you can see. And let's say that you use these 3 colors very often. You'll just get this tool, and all that you're going to do is just open like so. You're going to pressure and open, and then here what you're going to do is you're going to be just inserting what would be the bobbins. Bobbins usually have this little hole in which you'll be able to, for example, this would be a very useful tool to use for your bobbins. You'll just store them inside like so, close this tool, and as you can see, everything will be very well here. You can just close your booklet and you'll have that option as well. But once again, each of the slots inside of these bobbin spaces, you're going to notice that it's going to be very comfortable for you to store in your bobbins. As you can see, you'll be able to store them in very well. But once again, although they will be very comfortable inside, you won't have to worry of the bobbins falling out, because as you can tell, although you're manipulating the booklet, they are very well secured. It has the right amount of tightness so that the bobbins don't go out of place. So just to close the booklet, you'll just close like so and connect what would be the 3 snaps. And it is quilted. It has a very beautiful design. Now for the project bag itself, as you can see, it's this one. And it does feature a handle. This is a very useful tool for the project bags. The majority of our project bags do feature a handle, and we believe it's very useful for transporting what would be your bag. So this would be Adele. You're going to be seeing the measurements here on the screen for this project bag, but as you can tell, it will fit inside a very big size project. So for size reasons, you won't have any problems with our project bags. They do have the ability to fit inside very big sized projects. So let's start with the first department, which would be this one over here. You're just going to open the zipper, which as you can see has a khaki color. And as you can see, this section over here will be vinyl. So you'll have the ability to, due to its transparency, you'll be able to see inside whatever you have. We can store in our pattern, and if you want to see how far you've come along, you can definitely do that, because the clear vinyl will be able to give you the ability to see through. I'm just going to push the paper all the way down so that you can see that you do have a lot of space left over. This is a 10-inch hoop. This is one of the hoops that we most use here at home. It fits in very well inside the project bag. You just insert it like so, and look how much space you have. I mean, this is a very good project bag once again for you to store in many cross-stitch accessories. So let's say you want to store in, for example, this is a Dimensions cross-stitch kit that we got on a clearance event. As you can see, we haven't even opened it yet, and everything is already well secured inside in its original packaging. So we can insert the kit inside of the project bag. And look at that, you have a lot of space. We have the kit, we have the project. Let's say you also want to store in some floss organizers like these. You can also do that. I mean, it's amazing how much you can fit inside of the project bag. And look at that, everything is very well secured and very elegant. Now for the second department, you're going to see that it's right below the first one. So you're going to open the zipper, and this department opens this space for you to store in any other accessories that you might like. If you want to store in your floss organizers like these, you can absolutely do that, and you'll still have a lot of space in this project bag. I mean, just look at how much space you still have to use up to your liking. For example, you can also store in your chart, which would be this one. This, once again, is a normal standard size paper, and there you go. It has a lot of space. So this would be the set of Adela, and we absolutely love it. This is actually one of my favorite designs that we have. And once again, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us either to Instagram or through email or through Etsy, and we'll be glad to answer any of your questions. Okay, so now I'm going to be showing you the other project bags, and this one is actually called Martina. Martina is a new addition to our store. As you can see, it features a handle. Again, something that is very common on our project bags. And you can see that the corners are rounded, what would be the bottom corners. And for the decorative binding, you can see that it has some hearts with a red background color. We believe that it goes extremely well with the design, that it suits the nautical design very well. Now for Martina, you're going to see that it has two main departments. So as you can see, it's very self-explanatory. The first department would be this one over here, in which you will open, and you can see that you have this section that takes the entire length of the bag, and here it's has a section where it's clear vinyl see-through. Once again, it will give you the ability to see inside anything that you have. So I'm using the same standard printer paper. I'm just going to be inserting it inside the bag, like so. And you can see that you have the ability to see inside. Let's say that you're highlighting, you'll be able to see the progress that you've made. For the floss organizers, we like to fit them in what would be the second pocket, which would be this one at the bottom. You'll just open and you can fit in those floss organizers inside. Now for the main department, you'll obviously be able to fit inside your project, like so. This is once again a 10-inch hoop. This is one of the main size hoops that we use here at home. So here I just close with this beautiful red colored zipper, and I can be able to see everything that I have inside of my bag. Then for the bottom pockets, as you saw, I already have the 2 floss organizers, but I can also store in, let's say, a highlighter. This is a friction highlighter pen, and I just close like so. And it's amazing how compact. It's very good when you're feeling the project bag because it's wadded, so it has a very good feel to it when you're using it for your projects. The handle is also wadded, so it's very useful for transporting what would be your project, even when you're around the house. It's a very handy tool to have featured with the project bags. And this would be the back of the project bag. As you can see, it's also wadded and it features the main fabric design. It has a lot of detail to it, which we absolutely love. Now we'll be showing you the next project bag. So next we have what would be the Nina project bags, and these are actually the new design for this month. So for Nina, you can see that it has 2 departments, and it also features the handle. This would be the back of the bag. As you can see, it's wadded, so it has a very good feel to it when you're using the project bag. So we're going to start off with the first department, and here is where you'll basically store in your big accessories. So let's say that, for example, you have your project already folded like so. You can just fit it inside and you'll still have a lot of space left over, as you can see. But let's say that you want to store in your project with the hoop. This is the same size hoop that we've been using during this whole video. So I'll just be storing inside the hoop like so. And as you can see, it fits in very well. Once again, you can use these departments to your liking. You'll be able to fit inside many cross-stitch accessories, which is once again very useful because you'll be able to store in all of your cross-stitch goodies in one place. So next, for the second department, it's basically this pocket that is at the bottom. So you just open the zipper, and here, once again, you can store in any accessories that you might need. So for example, these floss organizers, you can store them inside. And as you can see, you'll still have a lot of space. Let's say you want to store in your pen, you can also do that. Once again, everything is based on your liking, so you can store in any cross-stitch goodies, any accessories that you need for your project. You just close the zipper and you're good to go. The corners at the bottom are rounded, as you can see, and it gives it a very cute and unique style to the bag. Now the next Ninas that we're going to be showing you are the same. Everything is exactly the same. The only thing that will be changing would be, once again, the fabric print. So this would be the second Nina. So if you can tell at the design, the main fabric print would be, which would be this one. It has that quilting, that patchwork style, and we absolutely love it. We're huge fans of that over here at home. It also features the handle, as you can see. It's the same exact design. And then for the combination, we actually used a very light blue colored style denim with white dots. So this would be the combination fabric that we chose for this one. And then for what would be the fabric combination inside, we chose this one, which we think that goes very well with the main fabric design itself. Now this would be the third Nina, as you can see. It's absolutely gorgeous as well. This is actually one of my favorite designs of fabrics that we have here at home. So this is definitely one of my favorite prints from the ones that I'm showing you. And then lastly, for the Ninas, this would be the last one. And this one is also in a patchwork theme, similar to the one that I showed you, which would be this one. But this one has more stronger tones. So you can see that it has a lot of pinks. It even has some navy blues. And then for the zipper, it would be a green zipper. And as you can see, it's a very dark greenish tone. We just love this combination also. If you have any questions, if you'd like any more details about our designs, remember that on our Etsy store, on each of the listings, you'll always see more information about the project bag that you're looking for. It will always have more details and more information that you might need for that project bag specifically. So now let's move on to the last project bag that we wanted to show you. The last one would be Amelie, and Amelie is a project bag that you've already seen on the channel. So as you can see, Amelie is basically a set. And this one is in that same patchwork theme. As you can see, the same fabric. We absolutely love it. It's one of the recent acquisitions that we bought of fabrics. And we've already used it for 2 project bags. Now this one also has the dark green colored zipper. And for Amelie, as you can tell, it's a little bit longer than the Nina. So I'm going to be using this Nina as reference. You can see that Nina is shorter, but it also fits in a lot of cross-stitch accessories. The only difference is that Amelie is longer. It does bring what would be a little baggie for you to store in. Originally, it's actually made to store in your floss organizers. It also has a handle, but you can use it to your liking, and you can store inside this bag any accessories that you like. So when you compare it to Amelie, the main difference would be that the bottom pocket of Amelie is actually just this feature. So it would be this of the bag where you're going to store in your floss organizers. But instead of it being separate, like in 2 pieces, it's just connected, and you won't have the clear see-through vinyl. So that's basically the main difference. Now talking a little bit more about Amelie, as you can see, this would be the set that comes with the bag, which is the floss organizer baggie. Once again, you can use it for floss organizers, but you don't have to. You can definitely use it for your liking. You can store in any accessories that you might like. For example, I'm storing in this friction highlighter. You can store in more flosses. Once again, it's to your liking, and you'll have a lot of space in this little baggie to store in as many accessories that you'd like. Now for the Amelie project bag itself, you can see that you have a lot of space to fit in a big size project. So let's say, for example, an 11 by 11 Q-snap will fit in very well inside the Amelie project bag. A 10-inch hoop will also fit in very well. For example, this is a 10-inch hoop, the one that I've been using for reference. And when you fit it inside the bag, as you can see, look at how many space you have left over. You won't have any problems in regards to space with our project bags. So this is a dimensions kit, already in its original packaging, the same one that I've been showing you. Just fit it inside the project bag, and there you go. You still have a lot of space. You'll just close the project bag, and as you can see, everything looks very compact. It's in a wadded material, so it has a very comfortable feel. The corners at the bottom, once again, they're rounded, so it gives it an extra touch, and we just love it. The construction of our project bags are top notch. I have to say that what would be the quality of the seams. They're very well done, and hopefully if you get to acquire one of our project bags, you'll be able to see that for yourself. So this would be the last bag that we wanted to show you. Once again, we showed you what would be the Amelie set. We showed you the 4 Ninas, which would be this one of the patchwork theme, this one of the floral yellow and blue flowers theme, this one which is also patchwork themed, but the design is different and it's a little bit in more pastel colors. And then we also showed you this one, which is more like in a black forest theme, which we absolutely love. Then we showed you Martina, which is a new design to the store in a nautical theme, which is very different from the ones that we showed you. Then we showed you what would be Adela. Adela is also a set of project bags, so you'll have the project bag itself and you'll have the little booklet for you to store in your bobbins. Then we showed you what would be the different Lucy's. The only difference would be, as you saw, the fabric print. So this one in the red and yellow flowers. This one in the vintage kind of China styled, what would be the plates with the flowers. Then this one, which is basically in a coffee theme. And then this one, which is basically in a floral. It's a very unique fabric print. It has like recycled mason jars. And then lastly, we showed you what would be this one of Stella. And it's basically Stella in the Beauty and the Beast fabric print. We hope that you enjoyed this video of us showing you the different project bags that we'll be adding to the store. If you see this video, we already listed them on our store. So if you don't see any specific project bag that you're looking for, it would most likely be because it's already sold out. So if you have any questions, feel free to let us know and we'll be glad to answer any of your concerns. If you want another project bag in stock, we can let you know if we have any more of that fabric, or we can also send you different pictures of different fabrics that we have here at home. Thank you all for your support to our cross stitch Flosstube channel. And if you like what you see on our channel, feel free to subscribe. We'll be very glad to have you be a part of our little cross stitch community. And if you have any questions for us, feel free to let us know. We'll be glad to answer any of your concerns. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!